This is a viewer request video on putting a custom voice message on the telemetry alarm. First I want to just briefly demonstrate the standard or the stock telemetry alarms. There's two different levels built in. Of course there's the telemetry lost, but there is also a telemetry low and a telemetry critical message that you can adjust that set point yourself, and it uses the RSSI value for that. Now you can get in and make logical switches using the RSSI or transmitter quality or any of those values and set the set points at whatever you want. But there is one built in that just automatically works if you've got the right protocols. Now this isn't going to work for Spectrum because the Spectrum has the low range flyby telemetry, so I wouldn't want to use this for that. You generally just turn off the telemetry alarms. I'll show you that real quick as long as we're talking about it. So let me go into the model edit. Scroll down here on the telemetry. So these two set points here, and I've got them set pretty high, and I'll just explain why in this demonstration. But so RSSI low alarm and critical alarm. If you're doing a Spectrum, you just generally almost everybody just disables this. So just turn off that, or activate that checkbox, and then that will disable these telemetry alarms because they're just nuisance alarms. They don't have anything to do with the control range of the receiver. They only have to do with the receiver signal coming back with this telemetry data, and it is shorter range than the control range, which is demonstrated in my long range Spectrum test. But anyway, for this test I'm using a RadioMaster R88, and I'm using the FrSky D16 protocol. I switch over here to the protocol. We'll go to Intel RF. Yeah, I've got the FrSky X D16 protocol. Alright, so right now with it sitting here next to it, now I do have it in low power mode because I wanted to be able to demonstrate this without walking too far away, and I'd have to go hundreds of feet away to get this to work. So I've got it in low power mode, and I've also set these alarms high. That's why I had one of them set for 90 and the other one set for 80. But let me show you this real quick, and as long as we're talking about it, let me quickly go back into the RF setup. So here's the low power mode checkbox here. So I've got on low power mode for this test. Let me go back to the telemetry. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate what the alarms do right now. I've got the low alarm set for 90 and the critical alarm set for 80. Let me switch back to the home screen, and then you can watch the RSSI value here. Right now it's at 106. So let me walk away, and then you can listen to the message. When I get
RF signal low.
So when I get below 90, it goes to telemetry RF signal low. But keep going.
RF signal critical.
When it gets below 80, it says critical. Obviously in a real world application you would not use values that high because you want it to give you a warning when you're getting low on signal, not way up there in the high range. The default values are much lower, like 45 and 43 or something like that. So that's how those warnings work. Next I'm going to do the file rename and overwrite the alarm, one of the alarm messages for I guess I'll use the low alarm because that's going to be the one that's giving you a warning. There's a Joshua Bardwell voice for failsafe that gives you a little kind of a funny warning that you're about to go into failsafe mode, and if you are getting low on your RSSI, assuming you have these set correctly, you definitely could be about to failsafe if you are getting on these values. So it'll play that message for you. And then you can put whatever you want for the critical alarm. You could set the warning for either of these. But let me show you how to do that in the sound system files. And then I'll demonstrate it after that again to show you what it sounds like. Alright, so for editing the sound files on the radio, I'm going to plug my RadioMaster TX16S into the PC. I'm going to use the USB-C port on the top of the radio. On your screen, you scroll down to USB storage. Click the wheel. Now we're connected into the computer. We'll switch over to the computer and I'll show you what we do with the files on there. Alright, so I'm on my PC. I happen to have the Joshua Bardwell sound pack on my Zorro. So this window over here is the backup of my Zorro. So I'm going to grab the sound file that this person wanted to use here. So let me go into Sounds, English. Okay, so scroll down here. There's a lot of sounds in here. This particular one that they want to use is called failsafe. So that's right here. Let me just play it and you can hear what this sounds like as long as we're in here.
You're about to failsafe. It's up to you. Keep playing if you want.
So he clearly made that kind of a funny one for somebody at some point, but it is on his sound pack. So let me copy that, and I'm going to go over to my, now this is directly on my RadioMaster TX16S over here. I'm going to go in my sounds, English. Now the sounds in question are in the system folder. We'll go down to RSSI. So there's two of them, RSSI org, and then there's RSSI red. So the origin one, let me play that for you.
RF signal low.
So that's the one we just listened to on the radio. Let me play the other one.
RF signal critical.
What we would need to do is rename whichever one of these we want to replace with that new message. So let me first put that new file in here. Paste. Now it's called failsafe right now. You want to keep your original, don't goof up your original one, so you can always go back, and you don't want to mess up these. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to use this RF signal low message, because that one to me makes the most sense to replace with kind of a silly message. But I'm just going to rename this something else so that it doesn't, so when I copy this new one to that file name, it doesn't replace this. So I'm just going to call this old or something like that. So now that one probably won't even work in the radio because the file name is too long. But now I'm going to rename my new failsafe message. Let's right click on that, hit rename. And I'm going to call it RSSI underscore org.wave. Now when that message tries to play from the low telemetry, it's going to play the new message, which is our Joshua Bardwell failsafe warning. So now that's on the radio. That's all you got to do. Okay, so now that I've renamed that file, let's exit out of this. I'll turn the radio back on, over and reconnect to the receiver, and I'll demonstrate the sound for this new message. Okay, I got the radio back, reconnected to the receiver. Now let's walk away. Now remember the set point for the low is 90, so if I get below 90, that's where we're going to get that new message, the failsafe message.
You're about to fail safe. It's up to you. Keep flying if you want.
I don't know how clear that's coming through, but there's the message. Now if I keep going further, of course I'll still get the RF critical
You're
message.
about to fail safe. It's up to you. Keep flying if you want.
RF signal critical.
So that one's still the same because I didn't change that one. But so there's an example for you. If you want to do that, you can just rename those system files. So the system files are ones that the EdgeTX plays automatically based on certain events. The ones in the EN folder are ones you can set up yourself, set up special functions for. Because if I will go in and try to set up a special function, it won't even look in the system folder. I'd have to put that file in the EN folder so that I can set up a special function for that message. So hope that helps. Any questions, put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.